Padres have their big fish.
Bruh.
Very big fish. Very,
What?
very, very, very big fish alert. Xander Bogaerts is a San Diego Padre. AJ Preller, Peter Seidler, once again stealing the show at the wire as the winter meetings come to an end in San Diego. No Turner, no Judge, but the Padres arguably landed the best available shortstop hitter in free agency in Xander Bogaerts, the 30-year-old on an 11-year deal worth $280 million without with a no trade clause. With a no trade clause. Is in here.
Is it a full no trade, or is it
full
one of those?
No trade clause?
Okay.
Full no trade clause. Jon and Jim with you on the wrap-up show. We will be with you as we discuss one of the biggest deals in franchise history again, as the Padres have landed perennial all-star, superstar shortstop Xander Bogaerts. Absolute shock in Boston and New England tonight. Xander Bogaerts heading west to San Diego. It will be officially announced tomorrow. Xander Bogaerts is a San Diego Padre. All right, as you make your way in, this is what we ask. You got to subscribe. We are here for you on nights like tonight. You have to subscribe if you're a Padres fan. Shoot, if you're a baseball fan, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. There's going to be a million comments tonight. We want to get to all of the comments. So if you want to support this channel, we will get to all of the super chats tonight. Click the $ down below. We'll get to every single super chat here tonight as we celebrate Xander Bogaerts to the Padres. If you want to become a member, you can do that as well by clicking the join button down below. And oh, by the way, no, it doesn't mean they're not extending Juan Soto. No, it doesn't mean Manny Machado's opting out. No, it doesn't mean Fernando Tatis Jr.'s recovery isn't going well. It means they needed a middle-of-the-bat hitter. That's literally what AJ Preller told Darren Smith a day ago. And they have landed a middle-of-the-order hitter. They went after Turner and Judge and came up empty. And this is no consolation prize. I said that today on the radio. Xander Bogaerts is not a consolation prize. He is a world champion. He is a perennial all-star. And he is the newest San Diego Padre.
I was laying down watching Netflix with relationship girl Aaron, and
then you're like, I'm out of this relationship. Xander Bogaerts is my
honestly, what I saw was I saw our good buddy Esteban, who's in the chat. What's up, man? And I saw him quote tweet a John Heyman tweet with a head exploding emoji.
Right.
And my first thought was, okay, is this Padre related? Because I can't see it because Heyman blocked me. So I had to go over to the other account and look at it. And all I saw was 11 for 280 San Diego Padres. And it was like, are you kidding me right now? I don't look, we said before, right? Do they need Bogaerts or Turner or Judge? You can make an argument that they don't need them, right? Because they already have Soto, Tatis, and Manny. And that's a pretty damn good 1, 2, 3 right there in your lineup. You can go out, make some trades, trade deadline next year. You can do it. This team without Tatis and now Bogaerts made the NLCS last year. So they can do it. But we also said if they signed a Turner, a Judge, or a Bogaerts, right? We would, even though we want pitching, we would 100% praise it and we'd be excited. And that's I'm pumped, dude.
Oh my gosh.
This is insane.
Think about this lineup.
Well, here's the thing too. With one false swoop, you have solved your first base problem. You have now solved your middle of the order bat problem. You have solved your outfield problem in left field. All you need now is a DH. You can get that. And they've solved all of their issues. They need a first baseman. Well, you got one. You got Jake Cronenworth.
You need a second baseman. They got Kim.
You need an outfielder. You got Fernando Tatis Jr. You need a shortstop now. Well, you got Xander Bogaerts, one of the best hitters in all of baseball.
It's amazing what you can do with $280 million. You can solve a lot of your issues with $280 million. Again, one of the biggest deals in the history of the franchise, obviously, behind Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado. Let's start by getting to some of these supers. I do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say you said that if the Padres signed Xander Bogaerts, you would eat your shoe.
Did I?
Yeah, you did say that. Jim did say he would eat a shoe.
Oh, shit, I did.
If the Padres signed Xander Bogaerts. So we still have that in store for our wrap-up show viewers at some point. Alex with a good point here. He says, first, before anything, someone, Jim, said he would call him an idiot every live stream if we got Bogaerts. Yeah, I think you said you'd call yourself an idiot. And you
I'm
also
an
said
idiot.
you would eat your shoe.
Oh, shit. I just completely forgot about
Yeah, you just
that.
completely put that by the wayside. This is why you don't speak in absolutes,
I'm an idiot.
especially with Peter Seidler.
I have learned my lesson. I'm an idiot. I'm a big time idiot. And oh shit.
I mean,
Well, that sucks.
just think about where this franchise is. In 2017, it's like they got 3 Rule 5 guys on the team. And now they've got Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Juan Soto, and Xander Bogaerts. This is the 2000s New York Yankees in terms of spending. This is the Dallas Cowboys with Jerry Jones. I mean, that's who Peter Seidler is. He is the best owner in American sports presently. And if you're a fan of the San Diego Padres, let that sink in. There is no better owner. There is no owner committed more to winning in sports right now than Peter Seidler. And it's really hard to argue against that. Thank you, Alex, for the super. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're just getting started. Jon and Jim with you. Please subscribe. Run It Back says, and thank you for the super, Run It Back. He says, I would have gone Contreras over Bogaerts. Interesting. Contreras signing today for 87.5, 5 years, and got Nimmo some real upgrades to the team. It's hard to be critical when you land a player of this caliber. I mean, this is a pure hitter, not necessarily a power hitter. A career 292 hitter,
He's
coming off
he's a 5-time
377
All-Star
on base last year.
5-time All-Star, 6-time Silver Slugger. I mean, he just posts. Guy plays every day.
Plays a lot of games.
All the time. And you pair him with another guy who just posts in Manny Machado, who plays every day, all the time. You post him with another guy who plays and posts every day, minus the last 2 months of the season last year, in Juan Soto in right field. Tatis is the wild card here. I mean, if Tatis is Tatis and you add him to these other 3 guys who just all they do is play baseball,
Right.
and now you look at the left side of this team, left side of the field, with Bogaerts at short, Manny at third, Tatis in left.
Yeah, or Soto in left.
Or Soto in left and Tatis in right. I mean,
right. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, think about what does this say to Juan Soto about the organization's commitment to winning? I mean, how could you be more committed?
Pretty good.
I mean, they're $1 billion in on 3 deals, and with Tatis and Machado and Bogaerts, they're $1 billion in. And Peter Seidler said just weeks ago that they're prepared to break the bank for Juan Soto in an extension. So it's really unbelievable, their level of commitment to winning. It's truly unbelievable. All right, let's continue in the conversation with some of these supers. Great way to support this channel. Just click the $ down below. Xander Bogaerts, according to multiple reports, and Jeff Passan, will be a San Diego Padre, a lifetime deal, essentially, the remainder of his career through age 41. Don't get caught up in it. We'll explain as to why not to get caught up in that, but it is about $25 million per year, which I think is encouraging. In terms of not, a number like 35 or 40 million per year, which would impact your CBT more so. So again, we're going to get to all the supers. Great way to support this channel. Click the $ in the chat box down below and please subscribe. Pseudonym, thank you for the super. He says, people say they're spending beyond their means, but with franchise values increasing so quickly, I think ownership sees this as an investment. Well, they see it in one of 2 ways. I mean, I think they see it as, it's basically their duty or obligation to try to win a World Series. It's like you only live once. Peter Seidler's a cancer survivor. I think they see it as you only live once and you can't take it with you.
That's how Peter Seidler views money. I think we talked about this the other day. I put a correlation. It might have been stupid or whatever. This guy on YouTube, all the money he makes, he puts back into his YouTube videos.
Yeah, what's his name? Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. And he says his margins for profit are like razor thin.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, because Peter Seidler wants to have a winning product, he views it as the money that we make, I'm going to invest it into the baseball team. Because I have other forms of making money. Like, I'm a billionaire, right? My main source of income is not just the San Diego Padres. So when he gets this money that is generated from the team, what a novel concept. Puts it right back into the team. And that's exactly what he's doing here. And it's a credit to Peter Seidler for doing that, because he knows how this fan base is just dying for a World Series and how much he wants to give it to them. And by just investing like all this money that this team makes back into the on-field product, what a concept, right? Like what a concept for
What
an
a
owner.
concept. The Boston Globe reporting at this hour, according to a major league source, the Red Sox were, quote unquote, really far from the Padres' offer, and their offers were short of $200 million. Just a huge gap in where the Padres went. Again, the Padres may have paid more for Judge, may have offered more for Turner, but now you're talking about maybe $100 million difference for Bogaerts from 280 to under 200, 80, 90, $100 million. At some point, money's going to talk. And it certainly did with Bogaerts. That's a tough deal to say no to as a 30-year-old, $280 million.
And look, if you want to go and say that's their third option, that's a pretty damn good third option that they had. Like if you say Turner was their one, Judge was their two, and Bogaerts was their third, and they were 1 for 3. I mean, come on, man. That's an amazing.
That's a great 1 for 3.
It's amazing 1 for 3.
And because there's about 27 teams that were 0 for 27. These only 3 teams have landed these 3 players: Phillies, Yankees, Padres.
And screw anybody. And I'm talking about media members for other teams or announcers for their teams or fans for their teams getting mad at the San Diego Padres for spending money and Peter Seidler for spending money. 1, you wish that your owner did that. And 2, shut the hell up. It's good for the sport, okay? This sport has been dominated too long by the top-end guys. And the Padres have now put themselves in that conversation, and they are 100% a top-end player in the sport. They are they are like the New York Yankees. They are like the LA Dodgers. They are like the Boston Red Sox, even though the Boston Red Sox are now cheap. They're like the San Francisco Giants, even though the San Francisco Giants are cheap. Like they're in the upper echelon of not just baseball, John, but like of all of sport in spending money, investing money into the on-field product to try to win championships. Hasn't happened yet, but Peter Seidler and AJ Preller are doing everything they possibly can.
And listen, this is why, I'd rather spend, if a ticket was $39, it's $44. I'd rather spend $44 to see this type of product, a baseball super team, than $34 to go watch Luis Perdomo. So with all due respect, the 2017 Padres, like, you know what? I get it. It's not a cheap product, professional sports. That's just how it is. So, you know what? I want to enjoy a winner. San Diego deserves a winner. If it costs a couple of bucks more to go see a winner, so be it. I think San Diegans understand that that's the cost of winning. The cost of winning is, you got to be committed. Yeah. And this fan base has been unbelievably committed in this post-Chargers era to Peter Seidler. And the team has won. The fan support's been unbelievably good. And as the team continues to invest, the community invests. And that's a really good combination.
And Peter Seidler saw, everyone did firsthand experience of how this city reacted last year with an NLCS run. You don't think Peter Seidler sat there and said, yeah, this could be fun to do every year. And I want this. And you know what? I'm going to pay for this. And I want these fans to enjoy this. And I want to enjoy this. And if it means going out and spending another $280 million on one player for 11 years, let's go do it.
And by the way, and I haven't seen this solo dolo, but obviously Xander Bogaerts is not going to be a shortstop for 11 years, but that's fine.
You got DH,
everyone
you got first
understands
base,
that.
Third base,
and elite hitters. I'm not saying elite hitters hit at 41, but elite hitters can hit at 37. So it's not like this is a 4-year deal, and they just want it for the next 4 years. No, this is an elite hitter. So you're looking at age 35 and age 36 and age 37. You got to produce. Now, I don't know about age 40 and 41, but I'm not worried. Is anyone worried about what they're doing in 2030 right now? I'm not.
No, I'm worried about the next 2. I'm worried. Yeah. I'm worried about next year, obviously, and then the next couple of years, because it's a guarantee that you have all these guys for 2023. So my main focus is you gotta get it while you have everybody locked and loaded for 2023. And their roster for 2023, John,
is completely loaded.
It's
as good as there is
insane.
In baseball.
It is now. I mean, beforehand, it was a great core. They needed to round out the edges, and now you add a superstar and Xander Bogaerts, who is a elite hitter in the game. just it's insane. It's crazy. It's freaking insane. I didn't think it was going to happen, right?
No, I didn't think it was going to happen until I saw what transpired this week. I mean, the
Right.
Turner and Judge thing were pretty big indicators, as we've discussed for days now.
And credit to Preller, man. Like, dude, 5 years ago, this is 6 years ago. This ain't happening. You're not getting meetings with Turner and Judge and Bogaerts in consecutive days. Like, that's just not happening.
My credit starts with Seidler, but includes Preller. But I mean, Seidler's the story in where this organization is heading. Juan Soto on Instagram posting, whatever, posting a story of Xander Bogaerts, including like dancing emojis.
Well, they're all on team. They're all on the team Dominican Republic, by the way.
I didn't realize that. He's a Ruben. He's from Aruba.
But he plays for the. I didn't realize that Dominican national team. Okay. So now the Padres have.
Well, Tatis.
3. Well, I'm talking about total for WBC players. I think just 3 because they got Soto, Manny, and now Bogaerts are all on the Dominican team.
Yeah, go Team Dominican.
It's gonna be fun. Crazy,
I wish
dude.
Tatis is playing. Back to Solo Dolo. Okay, as you make your way in, this is gonna be a wild night. We appreciate your support with the super chat. So many comments. So we'll get to all of the super chats. Click the $ in the chat box down below. If you're a Padres fan, we have year-round Padres content. We're here for you. You have to hit subscribe. That's all we ask. Hit subscribe if you are a Padres fan. Do that now live or on replay. Back to Solo Dolo, who says, okay, here, of course you can't count out Preller, so nobody's saying no. Do we go after a Rodon or a Senga?
Dude.
Kicking the tires, I mean, hey, it's only $280. They were going to offer Judge $400.
If they get Rodon or Senga, I'll eat your foot, John.
You'll eat my foot. I don't want you to eat my foot.
I'll eat your shoe.
That's like some Dahmer stuff, dude.
I know, it's a little weird. Sorry about that.
And by a little, it's like.
But here's the thing: Preller's not done. He said that they want a bat. Check. They are looking for
a rotation piece.
A couple more pitchers. So they need more pitching. Absolutely. Again, their pitching all falls apart next year. It won't matter if they have Bogaerts and Soto and Manny and Tatis on this team if they can't pitch, to be honest with you. So they need some more pitching. They probably don't need top end rotation guys because of their lineup. It'd be great to have that. And again, if I were to choose, I would love Carlos Rodon on this team. But you tell me that they got Xander Bogaerts, then that's amazing and great. And you applaud the hell out of it and bow down to Peter Seidler and AJ Preller.
Kyle Glazer, Baseball America, telling us at the winter meetings on Monday that the Padres need hitting. That is their first priority.
Emphatically, he said that.
Hitting. I mean, he made it as clear as day. He covers the Padres as well as really anyone does. He said their first priority is not starting pitching. It is hitting, and he was spot on. Evan, thank you for the super. I agree with you. Best top 4 in baseball, LFGSD. I mean, I think it is arguable. You look at Philadelphia. Let's see what the Dodgers look like next year. But it's right there. It is right there, assuming Tatis is Tatis. And Soto will be Soto. It's right there.
Yeah, look, like I before the Bogaerts signing, I think a couple of days ago, I said I'm banking hard on Juan Soto, and a lot of people are, including you too. Like Juan Soto was not Juan Soto the last 2 months of the season, and when we talked to Chelsea Jane from the Washington Post at the winter meetings, like that was something that she never saw from Juan Soto, and she's covered him for his entire career. Those 2 months were very non-Juan Soto-like.
Yeah, she said she was surprised, very surprised.
And having a full offseason, knowing that you're going to be with the Padres for a minimum of the next 2 years, you don't have to worry about trades. You don't have to worry about your team like
2 years
sucking.
Is a long time right now. Yeah,
I expect him to have a big year next year for this team.
I agree.
You pair him with Bogaerts and Manny and Tatis when he gets back. And this also too, John, by the way, don't you think this takes a significant amount of pressure off Fernando Tatis Jr.?
Dude, Fernando Tatis Jr. is you could argue, as stupid as this is, I mean, he's anything from the best hitter on the team to the 4th best hitter on the team. Right. But he doesn't have to be the best hitter on the team. He doesn't have to carry anything.
That's the thing is I feel like in 2021, when he had that blow up with Manny in the dugout, he was putting all this pressure on himself to be like the guy. And when he wasn't getting it done, he acted like a child and he got upset. And Manny told him, like, bro, you need to stop that. Now, with guys like Soto and Bogaerts and Manny around Tatis, especially coming off this PED stuff and the shoulder and the wrist, like you're not expecting Tatis to put the whole team on his back because he's got help, a lot of help. So you're not expecting it after Tatis. And that to me is, I think, a good thing. And it takes the pressure off him and eases him back. And he's got guys around him now that are like some of the Manny and Bogaerts. Like these guys are going to help Tatis off the field too in the clubhouse because of how I would assume, Tatis looking up to these guys.
Oh, of course. I mean, think about the last 4 months. Soto via trade, like August 1st, roughly. And 4 months later, in like a week, Xander Bogaerts. This on the heels of, Machado 4 years ago, Tatis's major league debut. I mean, there's been highs and lows. The trades for Darvish and Musgrove and Snell, Hader. I mean, it's incredible. It really
is
incredible.
Think about this, John. You have the best third baseman in baseball. You have one of the best outfielders in baseball, maybe the best outfielder in baseball, right? When right. You
Top
have
3 shortstop.
One of the best shortstops in the game. And you have now Fernando Tatis Jr., if right, can be one of the best outfielders in the game as well. You have the best closer in the game in Josh Hader when right. You have Musgrove, Darvish, Snell when right. Those are the nasty 1,
Suarez,
2, 3.
Elite inning guy.
Suarez. I mean, you have one of the best managers in the game in Bob Melvin. You have one of the best pitching coaches in the game in Ruben Niebla.
Ballpark, uniforms,
best ballpark, and I mean, it's
climate,
it's
city,
literally crazy, and it's an amazing time to be a Padres fan. It's kind of you're kind of speechless when you think about it.
Yeah. Alex, thank you. Guys, please subscribe if you're here. Please consider a super. It's a great way to support this channel. What a night. Xander Bogaerts is a Padre. 11 years, full no trade, $280 million, 25.5 roughly per year for Bogaerts, which is a reasonable average annual valuation when you consider what Trea Turner just got. Aaron Judge, obviously different position, different beast coming off a 62 home run season. But 25.5 in today's baseball is not it's not what Machado got. It's not what Tatis ultimately got. And it's not what Turner just got. So, Alex, thank you for the super. He says 25 a year, and you can still get a Senga Eovaldi Stripling. He's saying you just paid 25. You're not paying 25 a year for Senga, nor Eovaldi, nor Stripling. I think what he's saying is that leaves you some flexibility still, potentially, to go out and get more. And Padres, by the way, have blown over the CBT. They're now over the initial CBT threshold for 2023, which good. That's fine.
Good. Who cares? I never cared if they went over. I just wanted to know if they were going to do it. If they did, like I don't care. I don't care if
they didn't do it last year. I mean, they were over by you remember it was 100,000, $1 million. It wasn't a huge number.
And that's why you were like, well, I'm taking actions over words. And the actions the last couple of years is they went over it a little bit, but it wasn't like blowing past it like rocket ship to Mars, like it was a little bit over. So it was like a wait and see. Okay, I'll wait and see if they will do this. And they're absolutely going to do that now. And good on them. Not my money. Who cares? Freaking great. I did see something in the chat. Where was it? Where did I see this? I think I forget. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy. This is what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. We talked about the AAV, as Alex said there, 25. Dude, in like 3 years, even next year, $25 million a year for a position player, for a top end position player.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a value, a little bit.
Because Judge is going to make $40 million a year. Turner's going to make $30 million a year, and Bogaerts is going to make 25. And I think Bogaerts, you could argue, I mean, at his best, is right in the category of those guys as far as hitters in the game.
Well, certainly Turner. I mean, when you compare out of
power wise,
Judge is coming off this historic year. But when you look at other shortstops and you look at the the Tatis deal, the Turner deal, I think it's very fair. Again, it's a big number. I saw MLB trade rumors. We talked about it last week. I mean, it had 7 years, 179 for Bogaerts. He gets 280. I saw some others around 200. I never saw 250 for Xander Bogaerts, but I never saw a 300 for Turner. I never saw a 400 for Judge. And, these are where we are right now in this CBA. You got $2.5 billion committed so far in free agency in baseball this year, $2.5 billion. So this is night and day from the previous CBA. We're going to get back to the chat in a moment. We do need to thank the title sponsor of the wrap-up show, our good friend Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. This is our second wrap-up show of the day. Mark has been with us since day one. I just had a viewer reach out to me today on DM, say, hey, can you get me Mark's contact information? I've got my auto insurance due up, and I want to get in contact with Mark. So I appreciate you doing that. Mark Nimitz, all of his contact information is below. Here's his website. You can get a quote online. He will save you $750 if you switch insurance to Mark or more. Auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. Take it from me. I've got my homeowners and my earthquake insurance through Mark. He's an amazing insurance agent. He will take care of everything. We had a claim in here this summer. He took care of everything. He saved us thousands of dollars. The next time you get a renewal email or a notification or a letter in the mail, don't just send it right back in or check the box. Call Mark. He will save you money. He's a lifelong Padres fan. He is a San Diegan. He's a huge supporter of this channel. And if you want to support a local business that does business with us, especially in times like this, give Mark a call. He'll talk to you about the Padres. He'll talk to you about your insurance, and he will save you money. So please support our title sponsor. Link down below, Mark Nimitz at Farmers.
Yeah, all his information above my head, as always. mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that Jon and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you. Wow.
Back to the chat. Jon and Jim, please subscribe. Year-round content for Padres fans. Thank you for your support. Click that super button, the $ in the chat down below. Jose, thank you. Baseball can't start soon enough. We are 120 days out still, I think.
I was going to say about like 90 until pitchers and catchers.
Yeah, probably less than that.
Yeah.
Because WBC, everything opens early.
True.
But it can't start soon enough.
Dude,
it cannot.
I mean, this is insane. Like we talked about, the winter baseball needed a time to just dominate the sports world.
They have this week.
I think they have. You have your top guys all signed. Bogaerts is
other than Trea.
Bogaerts, obviously the big one for the Padres. Judge, Turner, Verlander.
Correa is about to sign.
And Correa is going to sign somewhere. If you're the Giants and you just saw, I mean, if you don't sign Carlos Correa, that fan base is going to burn that place down, man.
Someone said, by the way, Bogaerts plays for the Netherlands.
Does he?
Because is Aruba like a Netherlands territory?
I thought he was with was it Devers that plays for Dominican?
Well, Devers definitely. Look that up. Just Google Bogaerts WBC and see what pops up. That's interesting. I'm not sure. Gus, thank you for the super. He says the $1 million question is, will X play up to his potential? Well, I mean,
okay,
over 11 years, right. There's going to be. Is it Team Netherlands?
No, because hold on. This is from 2017.
The last time there was a WBC.
2022. Can't find it.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it, but if he's a Reuben, I don't even know, is that the term, a Reuben? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Will he play up to his potential? I mean, it's baseball. There's 162 games per year. There's injuries. There's highs and lows. I mean, hopefully. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows. Who knows what the next decade looks like for Xander Bogaerts?
And to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter what year 8, 9, 10, 11 do for this team. It's like worry about, like, if you can get and Jim Bowden talked with Darren the other day. Okay, you sign a guy to 11 years. And we've talked about it too. If you get 7 good years there, the contract's worth it. If you get 6 good years, I think the contract is worth it. And like 6 elite, and if you get like 4 elite years and then 6 total good years out of 11, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, 5 years of just paying isn't ideal.
No, but if you get a World Series during that 5-year stretch where he's elite, right? It's 100% worth it. And will anybody be talking about how much money these guys are going to make in their age 38 season if they win a World Series the next 2 years?
No, 25 in 10 years is going to be like, 15 right now.
Yeah,
10.
this is Xander Bogaerts is a Padre for life. Like he is a Padre for the remainder of his career.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Which is amazing.
Theoretically.
Which is amazing.
Him and Fernando Tatis Jr.
That's also theoretically
locked in.
Yep.
You're crossing your fingers that Machado doesn't opt out. And if he does, that he returns, that would give him another 5 years. And then you're also crossing your fingers that Juan Soto resigns here.
Right. If you've signed Bogaerts through 41 and you're Machado and you say, well, I'm going to be 31 and I've got 5 years on my deal and he's got 10 on his. I mean, locking everyone up through age 41 is an interesting strategy. But like you said, it's about winning a World Series. So if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Alex, thank you for the super. He says, to be honest, I'll be fine with a Gallo, Brantley, Gurriel type at DH. Well, that's probably what you're looking at best, if not some type of internal option at this point.
And I also think, you can now get away with signing Trey Mancini or even bringing back Will. Like, it's one of those things where you bring in a guy like that to be your everyday DH. You're not expecting him to lead the way offensively because you got 4 guys at the top of this order that are elite hitters when healthy. So you can sign a Trey Mancini. And I think if you look at the free agent market now, it's not like basketball where guys want to go play with like LeBron or Steph or, it's about mostly money in baseball. But I do think there is a little bit to, the Padres, I'll go there on a 1-year deal to try to get a ring.
I got something for you that's kind of unique. I mean, since 2019, okay? So 4 seasons, 19, 20, 21, 22. He's an 18 WAR player. It's 11th best in baseball. That's ahead of Machado, Correa, Harper, and obviously everyone else other than the top 10. So since 2019, which is Manny's first year, he has had a better WAR than Machado. And think about what Machado has done in San Diego. Now, he had the benefit of Fenway. Fenway, I mean, Petco is not the hitter's park that Fenway is.
Yeah.
So that's going to be impactful.
What if I told you that $285 million or $280 million for Bogaerts wasn't the number actually that they're giving him?
Maybe it's 275.
Because it's 275. It's 275.
It's 25 a year.
25 a year, 11 years with no opt-outs and a full no trade.
Oh, now it's a bargain.
Exactly 25 for 11. Like,
yep.
I think that's really good. I think that's not an overpay at all. I think that's exactly what, I mean, I think the only thing that people are going to be scared about is the years.
But the years is the reach, quote unquote. The AAV is not a reach at all.
No, the AAV is great. And if Bogaerts the next couple years remains at that like level of his play, 300 hitter, 800 plus OPS, all-star. So like it's going to be a bargain AAV wise.
Yeah, no, you're right. Let's get to the super from Spencer. Thank you guys. Please subscribe. We have year-round content for Padres fans. He says at this rate, I don't think it's crazy that Peter won't go after Nimmo and Rodon. I mean, at some point there will be at some point there'll be a budget, right? I mean, they can't sign everyone.
I don't care. There's no budget anymore.
But
there's literally no budget anymore.
You can't rule anything out.
No. And look, this might be like the end of the big spending this offseason. And now this is when they shift over to rounding out the edges, right? Or maybe not. You don't know. But I can tell you this. I know that with Preller and Seidler, this is something that you can't underestimate them at all. And if they're in talks with Kodai Senga still, I'm not ruling that out. Can you?
No, you can't count them out. You just can't count them out really for anyone, to be honest. Solo Dolo, thank you again. He says Rodon, Senga, Myers, laughing emoji. I mean, maybe Myers, maybe Senga, maybe Rodon. I mean, who knows? Guy's like a mad scientist.
Yeah, and there's still these things out there called trades. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yep. Yeah,
so
that's like when you get a player for a player.
Usually, that's what happens. I've heard it a couple times here and there. Seen it maybe once or twice. But yeah, so there he's not done. This team is not done. They still need to fill out their 40-man roster. They still need some more pitching, and they probably need another batter too. Like not to the level of Bogaerts, but
Of course not.
you get what I mean.
Yeah. Thank you again, Solo Dolo, and thank you, Enzo316. He says, "What does the bottom of the lineup look like?" Well, I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like Nola. It looks like Cronenworth. It looks like Grisham. There's 3 of your next 5 as we sit here right now. It looks like a player, a DH, whomever that's going to be.
And think about this as well. Like Tatis is missing the first 20 games of the year, so they're going to need to have an outfielder to be out there. They signed David Dahl to a minor league deal.
Yep.
But who says they don't bring back Profar? Who says they don't bring back Will to play in the outfield for a little bit and then move to DH? Who says they don't try to bring back Brandon Drury to play outfield to be a utility guy? I don't think he will because he doesn't have a starting spot, but you get my point. Like they still need a couple more pieces bench wise and to fill in the holes and the gaps here. But the main core, it is absolutely set. And you have one of the best lineups already in baseball right now. No questions asked.
I'll tell you, I'm really looking forward. It's funny. I've been thinking about this series for months since it was announced. This Mexico City Padres Giants series, which is over 20 games into the year, where Tatis theoretically is eligible to return if he's healthy, and you add Tatis, and now you have Bogaerts and Machado and Soto, and you're playing in Mexico. And it's the first ever games in Mexico City, I want to say, in this venue. It's just so exciting. Just thinking about everything that's to come in 2023 for Padres fans and for this organization. It's just thrilling. It really is.
Before we get to Nick, I just have to say, everybody watching, we've got a bunch of people in here. If you
Yeah.
have, all we ask, this is all we ask.
Yeah.
Just subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. And then on this video, just hit a like. Just hit the like button. That's all we ask. Hit a like and subscribe to our channel. And we will love you. We will love you forever. That's all we ask.
So yeah, literally yesterday we hit the 4,000 subscriber number. I think we've been doing this. We've only been doing it on YouTube for a year. So Padres fans have been incredible.
Like a year to the day. Yeah,
it's been amazing. Obviously, we've been doing wrap-up shows on the radio or YouTube now for parts of maybe 4 years, something like 3.5 years, 3+ seasons. So we hit 4,000 subscribers yesterday, and we're about to hit 4,100 subscribers today. So 100 in the last day, thanks to you viewers. So please subscribe. Like Jim just said, if you're here right now, all we ask is you subscribe. It takes nothing, right? So thank you. Just hit that button. We do appreciate your support. We appreciate the support of the supers as well. Click the $sign in the chat box down below. Let's get to Nick, who says Tatis on a motorcycle might have been the best thing to happen to San Diego. Hard to think we go after Soto and Bogaerts if he's healthy in 22. I don't know about that. I do know this, Nick, not landing Scherzer and Turner in the moment with the benefit of hindsight, worked out very well. Tatis getting hurt, I don't know what the future looks like for Fernando Tatis Jr., so I'm not willing to say that. I'm not. But I am willing to give the organization a lot of credit for saying, you know what, even without Tatis, we can find a way to win. There's still a way to do this. And despite the fact that he's hurt this organization, we're still going to double down and invest. So I give Peter Seidler a lot of credit for doing that. And Tatis, I don't know what he's going to look like. I mean, if he's the same player and you've added Bogaerts and Soto, that's amazing. But if Tatis isn't Tatis and you made a $340 million investment, I mean, that's really troublesome potentially moving forward.
Well, you've kind of covered your ass if Tatis isn't Tatis next year with Bogaerts. When you think about it, like if Tatis isn't Tatis next year, and there's a real possibility that's the case, right? He could come back and he's a completely different player. You covered your ass, and you have a pretty damn good backup plan with Xander Bogaerts in the mix now as well. And if you think about it, John, if two of those out of two out of the 4 guys, Tatis, Xander, Soto, Manny, have career years next year,
right? And they're right in their primes,
so and they're right in their to expect all 4 of them to have career years might be a little too much to ask. It could absolutely happen. I'm not putting anything past these guys. But if you just hit on 2 of those dudes, like if Manny and Bogaerts have career years, Soto has like a good year, and Tatis has a still getting back into form year, you're still probably one of the best offenses in baseball.
Yeah, and they were a bottom 3rd offense, I think. I mean, I haven't looked at all the numbers, but I think they were 21st in homers, You know, is it bottom third, bottom 40% offense? Obviously, tough hit yard. But yeah, from bottom third to top third should happen.
Can I
with
read you some
health.
of? Can I read you some of Xander Bogaerts' stats since 2018?
You may.
This is his MLB ranks among shortstops since 2018. All right. He's second in batting average with a 300 batting average, fifth in home runs with 105 home runs. He's first in RBIs with 400. He's first in on-base percentage with 373, and he's second in slugging with 507. That's a minimum of 1,500 plate appearances since 2018. And if you're looking at OPS plus among shortstops since 2018, oh yeah, he leads all of baseball with a plus 133 OPS.
See, that's what the qualifier of 1,500 plate appearances. Because truth is,
Tatis is better.
Tatis runs circles around that, but he just doesn't play.
Right. So OPS plus, 1,500 plate appearances, 50% of games at shortstop. He leads all of baseball in OPS plus at shortstop with 133.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's an elite hitter. He's an elite hitter. I mean, and he's been on good teams, and you know, he's won. He's been in postseasons. Hasn't necessarily hit in the postseason, but you know, let's not read too much into that at this point. Taylor, thank you. Taylor then follows up with this super. So thank you, Taylor. It says sign Will low AAV DH and first base with new hitting coach. Yeah, what is the deal with the hitting coach? They hire one? I forget.
Yeah, I think they moved Ryan Flaherty to hitting coach.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Well, they got rid of Francisco Cervelli today. That was a big blow to this team.
Yeah, that's what everyone's talking about tonight.
I know.
They need.
Imagine if we did a video on Francisco Cervelli.
We probably, yeah. During the lockout, we would have. I promise you that.
Yeah, we would have.
Voit reunion costs nothing. Flyer, sure. I mean, maybe.
Honestly, like that's fine with me.
Yeah,
it costs you nothing. He'll get 20 home runs. He'll hit 210.
Strike out 1,000,000 times.
Strike out 1 billion times.
Frustrate the hell out of you for a month, but then hit for 2 weeks.
We'll all be complaining about this lineup 30 games in the year.
Yep.
You know,
he's hit 1 home run.
Right. But I think he's a guy that can still run into 20 balls, 20 homers.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh, easily. He's absolutely capable of being that hitter.
Yeah. And this is also too, I mean, this is major insurance for Manny here because how many times Manny carried this team all year, even with Soto in the mix, even with Bell, even with Drury, like carried this team. You get now Bogaerts to presumably hit behind Manny, you'd think. You get Soto for a full year. I think Soto's going to get back to Soto. You get Tatis back. You don't need Manny to you're not going to win games and lose games depending on how Manny does that night. And that's how it happened a lot of times last year is if Manny had a bad game, the Padres are probably losing because offensively they just couldn't get anything done. And when Manny hit, the Padres mostly won. I don't think that's not going to be the case next year because of how stacked this lineup is right now.
Yeah, I thought last year, really, I mean, it was contingent on pitching. I mean, when you got good starting pitching, what they did, they won. When they didn't, they lost. They weren't really relying on their offense outside of Machado, to your point. Just looking at where he's batted in his career, Jim, he has been a 3-hole hitter. He's got more career starts batting third than any other batting position, you know, at any other spot in the lineup. But he has batted cleanup 251 times. He's batted third 476 times. He's batted second 140 times. He's batted fifth 153 times. So by and large, he has hit either second, third, fourth, or fifth. He has been a leadoff hitter at times briefly. He's hit lower in the lineup, but he's very young briefly as well. But primarily 2 through 5 hitter. But the most career games in terms of a batting order position, he has batted third 476 times. He's going to bat, like you said, probably clean up for this team.
Did you know that Bogaerts was at the Suns-Celtics game tonight?
That like 500-point win.
Yeah. And this kid, Matt Jones, tonight tweeted because he saw Xander Bogaerts like in the, I don't know, concourse. Took a picture with him. He's like, I just asked Xander Bogaerts if he was re-signing with the Red Sox, and he said no. Hate to break the news like this. And this was at 8:24 p.m. tonight. So that was an hour before the announcement or probably 40 minutes before the announcement to the Padres.
Amazing. Pedro, thank you. Thank you for your support of this channel. Thank you guys for hanging out. Please subscribe. Please subscribe if you are here. That's all we ask. Please subscribe. Thank you for your support.
Like this video. It's all just like the video, hit the like button. It's super easy. It's all we ask. And subscribe to us. That's like, we would appreciate that and we'd love you forever if you do that.
Yes. Pedro, thank you. Says hot take. If Machado walks, everyone slides over to the left position wise, and you sign my favorite move, Vladdy, the triumphant Dominican powerhouse team. Yeah, I don't want Manny to walk. You know,
No.
I really don't. I mean, that to me, it's not that it's worst case because of all these players you've brought in. I mean, the Sotos and the Tatises and the Bogaerts, but it's not ideal. I mean, he's a heart and soul guy in addition to producing and posting. So it would be a big organizational change not to have Manny Machado in 2024. I know that.
Yeah. And you look at this team, and I'm going to say when they win a World Series. When they win a World Series, you want Manny to be a part of it. He was here from the beginning. It just is only fitting that Manny is a part of this team when they win a World Series. So to have him walk after next year, even if he has another MVP season, would be devastating.
It would be unfinished business, I think, for every Padres fan. And honestly, it'd be, I don't know if heartbreaking is the right word, but it's like Manny Machado came here to usher in a new era, and to not finish it off with a title and to leave like with unfinished business, to me would be, I mean, it would be a little disappointing. It would be
he started this. Okay. I don't want to hear anything about Eric Hosmer. All right. Manny Machado started this. Without Manny, you don't get Soto. You don't sign Tatis to the $340 million contract. You don't sign Musgrove to a $100 million contract. You don't have AJ Preller making the trades for Soto and Hader and Darvish and Snell and Musgrove at the time. You do not get Xander Bogaerts here because guess what? You're not getting meetings with these guys. All right. Xander Bogaerts, yeah, he might have gone to a place with the most money, and it might have been the Royals, but the Royals aren't doing that. And with the Padres now, they're getting meetings with every single top guy. All right. Yeah, they have the money, but they also back it up with winning.
Right.
And that's why they're being considered by all these dudes.
I think it's a great point. We're going to get back to the supers in a moment. If you want to support this channel with a super chat on the night that Xander Bogaerts officially becomes a San Diego Padre, 11 years, $275 million, no opt-outs, no trades, no trade clause in this deal. Great way to support the channel. Click the $ in the chat box down below. We do need to thank our partner, Aura. It's a great company. Their co-founder, Will, is a San Diegan and a huge Padres fan. He is celebrating tonight, like our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance is celebrating tonight, like all Padres fans across Southern California and across the country. And really, we have fans all over the place, Mexico, Europe. We hear from people all the time. So like Padres fans really all over the world are celebrating here tonight or whatever time it is, wherever you are. ORA.organic, great holiday gift, great way to get healthy into 2023. Click Build Your Routine, get 30% off your very first order. I'm talking about probiotics. I took one this morning. I've taken their probiotic for 7 months. It is a great product. Trust me, they have proteins for after workouts. These are all plant-based products. Every single one of them. As good of a product you're going to get, nutritional product as you're going to find on the market, all affordable and 30% off your first order. Probiotics, proteins, omega-3s, sleep pills, immunity pills. Click the shop button in the top left-hand corner and browse as you watch the wrap-up show and find something for yourself, your spouse, your loved ones, your friends. Great gift this holiday season. Thank you, Will, for your support. San Diegan, lifelong Padres fan, offices in Liberty Station, supporters of this channel. If you want to support a San Diego business, check them out, ORA.organic.
Yeah, everything they need, everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. They got it. Build your routine. You get 30% off your first order. Go there right now. It's a good gift for the holidays as well. www.aura.organic. You will thank us later.
It's probably as good of a night as we've had in here. Well, clearly since the postseason, might be since the Dodgers series, to be honest. So thank you guys for hanging out. And again, please subscribe.
This might be the most we've ever had. I think this was
no. Clean it up. No. Game
I think
four
so,
Dodgers.
John.
Game 4 Dodgers, we had over 1,000 people in there.
Okay.
And it was, we had over 1,000 people. And it was like 3 a.m.
True. We went all night.
It was like, I want to say at one point it was over like 1,100 people here live. So get people. If you're watching this, if you wouldn't mind tweeting out a link or putting it on social media, tell Padres fans to get in here. I mean, what are we doing? It's 10:30. Come on. Yeah. Wherever you are, get in here. Ben, who is a loyal supporter of this channel since day one. Thank you, Ben, for your super. He says, so does Orsillo call his first home run with something to the effect of welcome to San Diego? I absolutely love that. And probably, if I was guessing. And of course, Orsillo goes back to Boston with Bogaerts because Bogaerts has been in Boston since 2013.
I know.
When was Orsillo's first year here? 15-ish?
Yeah, he was like part-time-ish here. He wasn't full-time guy until I think 2016, 2017.
Okay. So he goes back to Bogaerts at Boston, though.
Oh, 100%. He's called, 100%.
Yep.
This is an interesting nugget, John.
Mm-hmm.
So Bogaerts' deal is the longest contract ever signed at age 30 or older in baseball history.
Because Judge just signed for 9 years.
Yeah. And Turner's younger than Bogaerts. He signed for 11. Bogaerts is a year
older.
older.
Was like 10.
Pujols was 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Who cares? I don't
We'll
give
worry
a crap.
about it in 2033 or whatever.
Yep.
We'll be killing that deal. Like, what was he thinking? This guy sucks. This guy can't hit the side of a barn. Hasn't played in the field in 2 years. Whatever. We'll worry about that in 11 years. So thank you again, Ben. Thank you, Bread, thank you for your support of this channel with the super chat. He says, how do you guys think a Manny contract restructure looks? And do you think 11 years, 400 is realistic for Soto? Second part of the question, no, I do not on Soto. First part of the question, I think he gets more than that. First part of the question is, okay, if you're Manny, would you take I kind of think Jimmy gets 10 for 300.
You think?
Kind of, from someone.
Yeah, well, he'll be going to his age 31 season.
He'll be 31.
He'll be 31.
Going into his age 32.
I think
9 for 270?
8 or 9. Yeah, 275-ish.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
Like, much less than that.
Look, I mean, if you're Manny and Kevin Acee, you guys give him a lot of crap. But come on, man. Like, dude, 5 for 150. If he opts back in, that's what he's opting into.
Right.
When he's seeing all these contracts and he's better than all these guys.
No, I don't see it. I don't. I wouldn't understand it. I don't think it's logical. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, again, we can all be fans. And that doesn't, nobody's saying Machado's not coming back. Last thing I'm saying. First thing I'm saying is 5 for 150 doesn't make sense when guys are getting 280 and 300 and 360 and there's comps in there. It's like if you bought a house for $1 million, then the guy next door isn't selling his house for 500,000, selling it for $1 million.
Right.
That's how life works.
It's the market. It's how the market is. In the market, if Manny Machado was a free agent right now, he would 100% get another $300 million contract at the age 30.
Right now he would, 100%. Yeah, he'd probably get more.
And so probably next year, again, another 8 to 10 year contract, $270 to $300 million.
Yeah, I mean, if the guy's the MVP of the National League, he'll get more than $300 million.
And he signed here at age, what, 26, John?
Correct. So he's played age 27, 28, 29, and 30 seasons so far in San Diego.
So a 30-year-old in Trea Turner, well, 29, I guess, but a 29-year-old got the same contract that Manny got when he was 26.
But that's reasonable because time has passed and there's a new CBA, and that makes sense. And that's what the union was hoping for.
But the point is, like, dude is worth so much more.
Yeah.
At least $100 million more.
Yeah, I think conservatively. Now, again, if he goes out and he doesn't hit, but nobody wants that. The guy's got to perform for this team to win. Nobody wants to see him hit 233 and play 95 games. Everyone wants to see him hit 295 with 35 home runs and play 155 games. That's what I'm rooting for.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, thank you for the super. He says, rounding edges options. Voit, Drury, Will, Profar. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Those are some options. Absolutely.
Yeah, because, like, we said if you just bring back Profar, right? You bring back like a Drury or Will, and then you make a trade for somebody, or you're just basically bringing back the same team. They're still good because you're adding Tatis.
Staying the same is falling behind.
And you could argue that they're not staying the same because you got Tatis back. But now it makes it okay to bring those guys back because you're not having the same team. You're adding 2 all-stars to the team next year, John. Think about that. You're adding Bogaerts and Tatis. They didn't have them last year. So you're adding 2 MVP caliber players to your team next season. It's freaking crazy.
It is. I mean, you're right. I mean, nobody would be shocked if either finished top 3 in the MVP voting in the National League in 2023, and you're adding both of them. That's a great point. Luis, thank you. Again, Jon and Jim with you. Subscribe. Okay, if you're a Padres fan, it's a great night. I mean, this is one of the biggest signings in the history of the franchise. A lot have come recently, but it just is. So please subscribe. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. If you want to become a member, you get custom emojis. Click the join button to support this channel. And if you want to support the super, click the $ in the chat box. Luis, thank you for saying this and for the super. I agree with you guys that we don't know the future of Tatis. So this is a great move. I do think it was a factor. I really do think it was a factor. That unknown, knowing that without him, they know what the lineup looks like. Yes, Soto's going to get better, but without knowing, they know they needed more. So what they did is they got a cornerstone, middle of the order bat here tonight.
Yep, they got a middle of the bat they wanted. And again, you add it and pair it with the bats that they have. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it really is. Just trying to catch up here on supers. If you want to make sure we get your comment, you can, again, click that $ here down below. Let me thank Will, who's a loyal viewer of this channel. Will, great to have you. So many familiar names here tonight, going back to this past season with the Padres and the NLCS. So many of you have been here for so long. If it's your first time here, thank you for being with us. If it's your 100th time here, thank you for hanging out tonight. Will, thank you for the generous super. He says the city is ready for baseball season. World Series or bust, LFGSD. It is absolutely World Series or bust. And I love high expectations. And the expectations coming in are never going to – I mean, you can't have higher expectations than this. Can't.
No, this is now turned into a World Series or bust. You're right. There's no question about it. You can't not win the World Series next year and be okay with it.
I don't think so.
Like this year was a step. And – at the end of the day, you look at it as an accomplishment for what they did. You're still not happy because the end goal was not a World Series, but it's not the end of the world-ish, right? You're not like, wow, that was horrible. You're not like a Dodger fan because they're like 111 games. We don't give a shit. That was a horrible season. Padres fans, you view it as that was a great season. Now it's switched here. If they make the NLCS next year and they don't get to a World Series or win a World Series, then it turns into a bad season because of the expectations.
Right. But you kind of like that as a fan. Like you just put the chips in the middle of the table. It doesn't mean you win every hand because you have the larger stack of chips, but I'd rather have the larger stack of chips and I'd rather be playing on that stage. Like this is World Series of poker stuff, right? I mean, this is real deal, like high expectation. Everything's on the line. All these games matter. There are 40,000 people on Tuesday night stuff, right? I mean, that's what it's going to be, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, and it's not going to be perfect. They're not going to win 117 games. You know what I mean? Like They won 80-something games last year. I don't think Bogaerts just added 20 wins to the team. But, they got a chance to be really good. I mean, they won without Tatis. They won without Bogaerts. I mean, they got a chance to win a lot of games. Brian, thank you. What do you got?
Nothing. I'm just laughing.
Brian, thank you for the super. He says, definitely think pitching is a priority right now, but have we thought about bringing Drury back as a DH utility piece? Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, his name has come up. I mean, I think at this point, now that you've added Bogaerts, it's maybe even more compelling because you're not paying $50 million or $100 million for every position. So if Drury's affordable, and presumably he is, maybe it is a possibility.
Hold on. Sorry. Well, yeah. I think Drury. Shit, if you bring back Drury, it's pretty. You're like 7-hitter.
Take it, yeah.
Who just hit 26 plus home runs last year? I think it was.
Yeah. So another 20 home run hitter in that lineup.
Kills left-handed pitching.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, something to consider. Again, Josh Bell, 2 years, 33. I would assume Drury gets less than that based on career performance.
He's a guy that I see signing like late January, February.
I know. Yeah.
He's not a winter meetings guy.
2 for 20.
I don't know.
1 for 11. something like that.
Don't put it past Preller, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's not crazy to think about. Thank you, the Raging Bolts, for the super. He says, "Okay, I mean this becomes now the $500 million question. I mean, at what point can you rule something out?
You can't, because
You can't.
what if Mania does opt out?
That frees up a lot of money.
You're telling me that Preller, who coveted Ohtani maybe more than anybody's ever coveted in his entire career, isn't going to make a play for him next offseason?
Oh, he'll make a play.
He'll make a play.
I don't care if he goes out and signs tomorrow Kodai Senga
and Carlos Rodon
or Carlos Correa.
Yeah,
he'll still make a play. This is a great question from Alex. You know me with numbers. I don't know. You got Bogaerts wearing number 2 in Boston. Is anyone on the Padres wearing the number 2?
No.
Doesn't scream. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell, right? Oh, is it Grisham?
Grisham is number 2.
Yeah, sorry, Trent.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, you're not wearing number 2. You're not number 2 anymore. I almost forgot about Grisham. I'm like, oh wait, what?
Yeah. I don't know if Grisham's going to be here. I mean, it's like, I have no idea if Grisham's going to be here.
Yeah, who knows?
Trevor, thank you for the super. He says,
thanks, buddy.
Tatis, Bogaerts, Soto, Manny, Cronenworth. What do you think? I think it's pretty good. It's what I think.
That's fucking good, man.
It makes the job of managing a little easier when you can pencil that in.
And you're also dealing with an elite manager. You know, in Bob Melvin. So I'm not worried about anything. If you can deal with last year's bullshit, I'm not worried about anything.
This chat, you guys have been unbelievable. I'm just trying to catch up on some of this chat. It's just crazy. I think about some of the shows we've had, Jim. Soto deadline, Hader deadline,
the Tatis suspension,
Tatis injury,
Game 4 Padres, Dodgers.
Yeah, but just Game like the 2. Radio, even 2020 trade deadline on the radio, 2020 postseason,
2020
21 collapse,
Game 2 of the NLCS. Downtown.
That was awesome.
And then here on the wrap-up show.
This is up there. This is a
Game
special
3
night.
Mets.
There's been a lot of great nights the last couple of years, to be honest.
Game 3 Mets is something that you almost forget about sometimes.
Yeah, like the Musgrove Eargate.
And it was one of the most dominant pitching performances you'll see in baseball.
Yeah.
Postseason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Drunk Jim episode.
Oh, the Drunk Jim episode. Which one? There's more Drunk Jim episodes than there are episodes.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Well, let me say this. We'll have you covered tomorrow on the radio from 3 to 6. We'll have some guests with you. We've been doing a give-a-thon, and we will continue tomorrow. We're raising money for children that need it at Rady Children's Hospital here in San Diego, which is a wonderful cause. So we'll be raising money tomorrow, and we will be breaking down this free agent signing from every single angle. I'll try to get on the radio voice of the Red Sox. Good friend of mine from the minor leagues. So we will get on Dave Fleming's brother, Will Fleming. I'm sure we'll be able to get him tomorrow. Radio voice of the Red Sox. But we will have that covered from every angle tomorrow on Jon and Jim, the all-new San Diego Sports 760. You got to be with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. If you're here in San Diego, listen on the radio. If you are not here in San Diego, download the iHeartRadio app. Because you can listen to us every single day on that app. But we'll continue on here. If you have a super, we will get to it. And again, thank you for your support of the channel.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it just no.
Yeah, I'm just not a Justin Turner. I don't want to see Justin Turner really in a Padres uniform.
No,
if it happens, it happens. I'd be surprised if it happened at this point in his career.
Yeah.
So again, everything's a possibility with Preller, to be honest. And thank you again for that super one. Thank you. As a Red Sox fan, sad news, but wish Bogaerts good luck, and at least he didn't go to the Yankees. Good point. We've seen that over the years, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
We have seen that. You may recall a player by the name, I think it was Bobby Ruth, or was it Babe? I forget how you pronounce
I think
his
his name
first
was Babe.
Babe. And he had a nice little run with the Yankees after he was traded for like money, like whatever it was, like $5,000. It was not a great trade
By the
in
way,
retrospect.
Kevin says it is an 11-year, $280 million deal after all. There
Oh,
was some discrepancy in some figures, but to be clear, it's 280, which includes a $6 million signing bonus. And it wasn't just AC that tweeted this; it was Dennis Lin and it was AJ Cassavell too. So don't give AC shit. All right.
that is a really. It's not jaw dropping because of Turner and Judge, but heading into the winter meetings, if someone would have told me Turner 300, Bogaerts 280, I would say, wow. And the length of the deals, I'm thinking like 7-year deals, but now the length of these deals is really the story coming out of the 2022 winter meetings. So 280.
Thanks, Alex, for the super. He says, I think this he like maybe which one was better, the Soto trade deadline video or tonight's video.
Well, or is he just saying in general? I mean,
Maybe.
For me, it's Soto.
Yeah.
For me, it's Soto.
It was.
I think Soto has the potential to be the best hitter in the game.
I think if Soto, when right and when on, he's the best player on the Padres.
He's 24, right?
Well, I wouldn't say best player because defensively, even though he's a Gold Glove finalist, best player when they're on their game is Manny Machado because defensively and offensively, his game is just elite. But hitting wise, when Juan Soto's on, he's the best hitter on the team.
Yeah, I mean, and again, his age. I mean, he's not even near his prime, remarkably.
Yeah. And shoot, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Bogaerts is the best hitter on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's capable of being that player, but I think Soto's fully capable of being the best hitter in baseball.
Right.
Like, and I guess Bogaerts is too, but he's 30, and I think there's more reasons to believe Soto, age 24, 25, 26, 27, could be the best hitter in baseball than Bogaerts, 30, 31, 32, 33. But, Soto's a brilliant hitter with as good of an eye as there is in baseball with power. So, yeah, I thought the Soto trade deadline deal was one of the biggest deals like in baseball history. I don't think the Bogaerts signing, like if I'm being honest, I don't think Bogaerts signing is one of the biggest signings in baseball history. I think it's one of the biggest signings in Padres history.
Absolutely.
But I think the Soto trade is one of the biggest trades in baseball history.
100%.
Right.
You traded your top 1, 2, 3, 4 prospects for Juan Soto, who's a 24-year-old, 23-year-old, like super megastar. Are you kidding me?
Interesting, fun tidbit here. This is from our dear friend Annie Halpern from the UT and Bally Sports. Fun tidbit. Juan Soto at a charity event in November recruiting Xander Bogaerts to sign with San Diego. This is from the Boston Globe. When Juan Soto came to Boston earlier this month, it seems he arrived in town with the goal of convincing someone else to leave. Speaking to the media at Pedro Martinez's annual foundation gala earlier this month, Soto decided to do a little recruiting for the Padres. There's a quote. At the end of the day, he's going to make the right choice. I hope he makes the right decision on the West Coast and signs with San Diego via the Boston Globe. The he in question, Xander Bogaerts. Again, for Soto, it's not only going to be about money. It's going to be about comfort. It's going to be about playing with guys he wants to play with. If you're recruiting someone, that means that's someone you want to play with.
And you just are now pairing up with Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Juan Soto.
Like that's a fun group to be playing cards with in the back of the plane. Hanging out with in the clubhouse.
It's pretty good.
In the same lineup with.
It's okay. It's okay.
Seems like a fun group.
Yeah, I like to hang out with those guys.
Good guys. Good people.
Good people. Yeah, good hitters. Good ball players. Good ball players.
Yeah, what was the deal here? I haven't even looked at this. Alex, thank you for the super. So Bogaerts' qualifying offer, obviously in Boston. So the Padres will lose 2 picks and $1 million in international signing money. Is that accurate?
Probably.
Whatever.
Who cares?
So you're not going to draft whomever.
Who cares, John?
But yeah, I mean, something that.
Is it weird how good I'm at that?
You're very good at the coach.
John is good. He's a good hitter, and can't wait to see him at the ball yard.
Oh, by the way, do we have Well, we got like a superstar
Okay.
alert.
He's
Talking
been
Friars
camped
in
out
the
at the winter
chat.
meetings all week.
Hey, I'm at the winter meetings and I don't know. It's good to see Ben this week. Good to hang out.
Even though he big
Down at
timed us
the,
a couple times, it's fine.
Yeah, he did big time us a few times.
Yeah.
Talk Friars, great resource for Padres fans. I always say it. Ben's a supporter of us. We're a supporter of Ben. So please support Talking Friars and the work he is doing. Let me get back to some of these supers. Pedro, thank you. He says, here's an easy one. What's Xander's walk-up song?
X gonna give it to you.
That is pretty easy.
Yeah. R.I.P. DMX.
That's right. Yes, it's hard to make the comparison between baseball and basketball, obviously. There's a little bit of that. We've said it now for years. I mean, it feels like they've kind of built it's super team-esque, whatever that means in baseball.
This is not basketball where
No, of course not.
when you get LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh in their prime, you're going to win a championship. When you get Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant in their prime, you're going to win a championship. This is not like that. It's not like that in baseball. It's not like that in football. The only sport it's like that in is basketball. Now, you've given yourself a significantly better chance with better players, absolutely, but it's not even close to guaranteed.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just saw something I want to get to in the chat, and I lost it. This is a great question. It was a question of like who's picking up the tab.
No, it's Bogaerts. He got the newest deal. He might not be paying the most money, but he got the new deal, so he's picking up the tab.
Yeah, they might rotate once the season gets going.
And it's crazy to think like he's not even the highest paid player on the team.
No, he's not the second highest paid player on the team.
No.
Shoot, by AAV, once Soto gets through arbitration, he might be making 20. I don't know what he's going to make next year, right? 20?
Maybe more than that.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like still got to add in arbitration numbers to this team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hader and Soto.
Just throw the money.
You can't take it with you, Jim.
No, you can't.
And listen, I mean, I don't think, Charlie, I understand what you're saying. I do. I mean, I don't know about tonight is the night to, I mean, he's only 30. There's no reason to think he's not going to be able to hit at 34, 35. There's not. I mean, he's a great hitter. There's a lot of guys that can hit in the big leagues at 35 plus. 40, okay, I get it. But 35 with a guy that plays every day and has been healthy relatively, I'm not concerned.
Mine's already in the cart.
Yeah, it's in the cart. Exactly.
Jersey in the cart.
City Connect.
Dude, I'll go Road Sand.
Connect, that first City Connect Friday night with all these stars. Tatis back.
Pretty good.
That Bogaerts jersey is going to be a big seller. That is going to be a big seller.
Well.
All right. We had said, we were talking earlier, we're going to do a wrap-up show tomorrow morning. We may. We'll see. We'll see what happens over the next 12 hours. We may be back in the morning. If there's more to discuss related to Xander Bogaerts, to the Padres, please join us again on the radio tomorrow from 3 to 6. Jon and Jim, the all-new San Diego Sports 760. Listen in San Diego or listen on the iHeartRadio app. I will say this before we sign off for the night. Thank you guys for subscribing. I want to say, let's see, Jim. I'm looking right now. Come on, Internet. Come on, YouTube. YouTube's like crashing because we have like the most subscribers like on YouTube. We have more than Mr. Beast now. Look at this. We're well over 4,100. We hit 4,000 yesterday. We're now over 4,100 today. So if you've been here live and you haven't yet subscribed, please do that for us. We really do appreciate it on this really fun night for Padres fans. If you're with us on replay, please subscribe as well. Thank you guys for your support of this channel. Please subscribe. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at Jon Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the supers. If you're here on replay, you can hit that super thanks button. Thank you for the memberships as well. Again, we have year-round content for Padres fans. We need to thank our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, Auto, Home, Renter's Life, Earthquake Insurance. If you have insurance needs, Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor since day one, is your guy. There's a link to his website down below. Before you renew your insurance, get in contact with Mark. And then Will at Ora, ORA.organic, another San Diego-based business. Plant-based nutritional products, 30% off your first order. Click the link down below or go to ORA.organic. I can't lose my voice again. All we do is shows. All I do is I work every single day, but it's fun. I guess everyone works every single day. It's kind of like being a person. All right, Jim. This was fun.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. This was fun. We'll see you tomorrow.